Hey guys, welcome back to Open Night the Cydeer Café. We are joined by my friend here, Luca. She is also my moderator on Twitch, YouTube, and everywhere in between, including Discord. She's really chill. She's only just started her streaming career, so do check her out. Info and links will be below in the description. So feel free to go check out what she's about and what she's doing. Currently, she's been streaming Roblox, but she's also going to be doing like Left 4 Dead and all that type of good stuff. But this episode, we're going to be talking about something slightly different than what we've talked about in the past. But obviously, that's neither here nor there because we make random topics all the time, so that's all good. We're going to be talking about concerts and how attending them and stuff in various forms can make a big difference. Because Luca goes to a lot of these concerts, but she normally goes alone, so she's going to kind of talk about how that goes and like how she is when it comes to that type of stuff. So. Luca, feel free to introduce yourself, tell them what you're all about, and then go on to what you want to talk about with the concert.
Okay, well, I'm Luca. I have a cute PNG model, which I absolutely love, and I stream whatever I feel like at the moment. In May, I'm going to make my debut, and then I'm going to have a proper schedule for when and what I'm going to stream. And I go to concerts a lot in my free time. Like recently, a couple days ago, I went to a concert, and none of my friends, like I had no friends that wanted to go to that concert. So I was like, I don't care, I'm just going alone.
Okay.
And I was standing in line for I think like 10 minutes, and I complimented a girl on her like piercings because they look really cool.
Right.
And then we became friends. And then I
Okay.
made
So
so
it's
many
that
more
easy.
friends. Yeah, it is insanely easy to make friends by just going alone. But if you have social anxiety, it's insanely hard to do. And I have really bad social anxiety.
That makes sense. Fair enough.
So it took me quite a few years to be able to properly do it while being sober.
Yeah.
Don't always be sober. Don't do drugs or alcohol, kids. Never do that.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad for your health. Bad for your health. Don't do drugs, kids.
It is,
Remember,
and it's
do
bad for
drugs.
your
Don't do
mental
school.
health.
Wait, no. Don't do drugs. Go to school. I got it the wrong way around. It's fine. It's fine. They know what I meant. Someone's gonna clip that the wrong way, but it's alright. Life happens. But yeah, so this concert you went to recently, who was the artist or the band even?
Okay, well, it was Joost Klein. For the people that love like Eurovision, it's the guy that is going to represent the Netherlands this year. I went to see
Yeah,
him.
that the blonde dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen his stuff.
It was insanely fun. I like 2 weeks ago I decided I was like, I'm gonna buy a ticket. I'm just gonna go there. It's like a last minute thing.
Okay, did you have fun?
I did. It was so worth it. I got so many new friends. I got so many new experiences. I met someone that I used to speak to in 2018. Like we haven't spoken in 6 years, and I saw him again. I was like, what the? Because like the world is so small. It is so strange.
That's fair.
But yeah, it was fun.
That's good. So when you said you go by yourself, like why, like how would you recommend other people if they have to go by themselves? Like what do they have to do to kind of like stay safe, that type of thing? Like what do you recommend?
I recommend first of all being over the age of 18.
Well, yeah, that's a given. That's just be an adult, guys. If you go to a concert.
Yeah, if you're still a minor, I do not recommend going alone.
I don't think you're allowed, though. I don't think you'd be allowed. At least in England, you kind of have to be a certain age.
Here in the Netherlands, you have to be like at least 16 in order to go without an like adult.
All right.
I recommend not wearing like very revealing clothes.
Yeah.
Which sounds like really stereotypical, but there's still a lot of like creeps that are like, "Ooh, revealing clothes, I'm gonna go for it." And I do recommend like knowing the venue and like knowing the town and not just like going to a completely strange town.
Yeah,
I've gone to a completely like strange country for a concert on my own, but the Airbnb that I had was really close to the venue.
that makes sense. So you kind of didn't have to travel far, so it makes life a bit easier.
No, exactly. I tried to stay like as close as possible to the venue or like know the venue.
Yeah,
So I can know what my surrounding is and I can just do whatever I feel like.
I mean that makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, so you've only just started streaming the past, what was it, yesterday? And for those who don't
Yeah.
know it, yesterday for us was the 16th of March. But um yeah, you only just started streaming because you only just got your PNG model, which is what you can see on the screen. It's a little pop up and down. For those who don't know VTubers that well, PNG just means they have a 2-frame image that kind of pops up and down when they talk. I am classed as a live 2D model because I kind of have a 2-dimensional model that can kind of twist his head and stuff. And then there's 3D, which is kind of a whole other ball of fish type deal. But yeah, so you streamed Roblox if I remember correctly. So what do you kind of plan on doing going forward? Like I heard you were trying to do some tier lists and stuff like rating other VTubers or something. So what's the plan?
Well, what I'm planning on doing today is just chatting with people, but
Uh-huh.
also doing the tier list, like the stupid tier list thing from the tier list site. I'm planning on doing that too, just because it's funny.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to get like accustomed. At the moment, I'm just trying to get accustomed with the fact I have to keep my eyes on chat, but at the same time, on like whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because multitasking is really hard.
I believe me, I know that I sometimes miss people's questions when they ask me stuff because I don't because they'll ask it and they'll pop up literally in the middle of like an intense thing and then I'll look back and I'm like, have I answered this? Have I not answered this? And sometimes I don't answer because I'm like, if I've already answered it, it just makes me look like I'm an idiot by answering twice. So it does kind of you just kind of gotta get used to it. I always found the hardest thing about starting streaming was like being able to kind of keep talking throughout what you were doing because the second you stop talking and it's just dead air, it gets either really awkward or it gets like boring, you know?
Yeah. Well, thankfully, I had like so many people in my chat just constantly. I was just like, whenever it was quiet, I was just like, please do ask me questions, whatever you feel like knowing, even about like the weather. Just ask me something so I can keep talking.
Yeah.
And thankfully, they helped me with that. Otherwise, I have no clue what would have happened. But I mean, it was a test run. I was allowed to make mistakes or go
Yeah.
quiet.
I mean, Christ, people who stream for years make mistakes on stream anyway. So like, mistakes are just part of streaming, you know, because it's a live service and not something that's like pre-made. Mistakes are going to happen because mistakes happen in everything. So just because it's an online thing as a VTuber doesn't mean mistakes aren't going to happen. So don't stress about it. People don't really care unless it's like a big thing. Like your model stops working or your audio's cutting in and out or your game is like super laggy. That'll bother people. But as long as the stream roughly flows nicely, you're speaking like clearly and stuff, you'll be fine. I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah. Well, with like the streaming, I kept getting distracted. I was answering a question, then I was trying to answer another question, and then I went back to the other question. I was just going left to right and left to right. But that was nearly like end of the stream.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Because
I mean,
I got ADD, so I get distracted so easily, and I have warned people for that. And I think I'm gonna do that every stream, just like from the start. Just like, hey, I've got ADD. If I miss your question, do ask again. If I get distracted easily, I will come back to it. Don't worry.
you should just put them in your chat rules because you have to click them every time you like try and chat. Like when you first start chatting, even though you like might be following, it's worth just putting them in the chat rules because then they've read it and you don't have to like say it all the time because you'll have people popping in and out of throughout the stream. So the people who were there at the beginning for your little announcement may not see it towards the end, you know?
That's true. I still have to figure out how to do that.
It's just in your Twitch settings at the top. I'll show you how to do it later at some point.
All right. No rush.
No, it's fine. So yeah, so since you've only just started, I'll change the question I normally ask people. Is like normally I ask people like, becoming a VTuber, like how long did it take and stuff, but like I'll just change it to like how comes you became a VTuber, not just like a normal streamer, and like what's your idea for content? Are you going to be making videos, or are you just going to stream? Is that it? Like what's the vibe for that?
Well, I decided to do this because I have like insane, like very intense social anxiety whenever
Uh-huh.
it comes to like my actual face. Whenever I have to do speeches in class, I cannot do it. I physically cannot. I will stop speaking. So I'm really happy that I have something that represents me, so I can do what I love, and
Yeah,
people can still be like interested.
that makes sense.
And I was always told I could never do it. So I'm kind of like showing that one person that I can do it.
Yeah.
Uh, Wait, what was the other question? Because you asked two questions in a row.
So
Oh, the
one was
content.
yeah, like what do you plan on making? Like what, like most VTubers kind of have like a theme behind them. So like with me, it's like cyberpunk, but it's also like I do the podcast. So like my theme for like my offline content is the whole podcast and like clips from the stream and like little funny outtakes. Where some people are more along the lines of they do they do like singing or voice acting. Some people do ASMR, some people are lewd tubers and everything sexual. So what's the vibe you're trying to go for?
Well, I do want to do like voice acting streams or like ASMR streams.
Okay.
Um, I've been told that my voice is like really amazing. I don't know why, but people have been telling me that I have to make like ASMR or like voice acting things. So I do want to do that. Not
Okay.
too much, of course. But the main thing that I kind of want to do is just like have fun,
Yeah,
play games, or just chat around.
that makes sense.
So,
Because I suppose like one of the hardest things when you first start streaming is kind of like picking what to stream at times. Because you're sitting there being like, I want to stream this because I enjoy it, but you also worry about will other people enjoy it. So you'll be sitting there going, are people going to want to come across and watch this if I'm playing it? And I suppose one of the hardest things is that in the end, you just got to realize you just got to play what you find enjoyable, and people will come if they enjoy you. If that makes sense.
mhm.
But also like when it comes to the whole ASMR thing, though, you're gonna have to get like a good mic because like the whole point of ASMR is to be able to get like those like raspy lows and stuff like that. It's gotta be a
I
bit,
know.
yeah. But I mean, that's
It's
yeah.
it,
I was gonna say a headset mic's not awful, but like mic and a microphone is probably the biggest upgrade you can get as a VTuber because the visuals come with the art, but nothing can
mhm.
change your voice, unlike the microphone can, you know?
No, exactly. But the first thing that is on my schedule is to get a proper like computer because
Yeah.
right now I'm playing on my dad's laptop. I'm streaming on my dad's laptop.
Ah, fair
So
enough.
whenever I'm streaming, even Roblox on like 1 out of 10% is so laggy.
Yeah. Well, as long as you use an OBS, it should help because the whole Streamlabs OBS thing that breaks games and stuff because it takes so much like processing power to use Streamlabs. It genuinely ruins a lot of stuff. Like I have a friend who uses Streamlabs only and will not use OBS, and I'm like, he can't stream a game that I stream, but if he just used OBS, he would be able to stream the game and it'd be fine. Because Streamlabs takes up so much CPU and RAM power, it's unreal.
So you're saying I made a good decision by starting with OBS.
Yeah, because to be fair, most streamers, not even VTubers, just most people who go into streaming or content creation use Streamlabs first because it's the most user friendly. Like you look at it and it's quite simple to use. Like you don't need to be a brain surgeon or you know a super intelligent person to use Streamlabs. Whereas OBS is a bit more. It's less user intelligent, but you can do way more with it, and it's the stuff that you can do with OBS that outweigh the ease of using Streamlabs, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Because like on
Yeah.
OBS, I have a setup where I can stream to YouTube Shorts and TikTok as while I'm streaming like normally to PC, because you can have two outputs, one being a vertical output, one being a horizontal output, and you can't do that in Streamlabs. And Streamlabs make you pay to stream to multiple platforms, whereas OBS doesn't.
Wow. I just went with OBS because my friend recommended it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. If you ask your friends will recommend OBS. They will not recommend Streamlabs. The only reason people recommend Streamlabs is one, either they're like sponsored by them or they've never used OBS for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to like make YouTube videos for like I used to make actual YouTube videos with my face.
Yeah.
And I used to make nightcore videos. So I kind of know how like editing, like video editing apps work.
Yeah.
And when I opened OBS, I was like, oh hey, this is kind of similar to that. So I figured a lot out like quite quickly. But then I was messing around with like how to get the alerts and how to get the chat into OBS. But for that, you need something else called Stream Elements. And I was like, oh my god, I need to do so much.
Well, you don't just need Stream Elements. You like if you're doing it to Twitch, you can use Twitch's system, which works perfectly fine. Like you don't need OBS. Sorry, not OBS. You don't need Stream Elements to do that. Stream Elements is good, but there are better apps. I like that. Botrix is good. If you're doing it strictly for Twitch, just Twitch alerts are better because they're almost guaranteed to work, where sometimes Stream Elements will die. So it really depends on what you're trying to do.
With Stream Elements, they have like different things because I was like also trying to Google which one would be like the better option. But for Stream Elements, you can do a lot of things with only Stream Elements. You don't need different types of like platforms. But it was a lot of like messing around and trying to figure it out. But I have everything working as far as like it can be working for someone that is not affiliated yet.
Yeah.
So for now, everything is good. Once I get affiliate, I'm gonna like have to go into more detail in how things work and figure things out.
To be fair, the only difference between streaming as an affiliate and streaming not as an affiliate is just the affiliate onboarding stuff and channel points. About it, really. The only difference is because you're not American. The thing you have to do when you do become affiliate is you have to like do a few more steps when it comes to tax, just because you have to declare whatever you get. And Twitch do it for you, but you have to get like the correct info, and it's a lot harder as a European than it is as an American because the system is different.
That's mean.
But I could show you how to do it when you get there.
Thank you. Will probably DM you about it.
Well, that's no bother. It's what we're here for. But yeah, so eventually, what do you think you're going to go down? So you've got this PNG model, but like, say a year down the road, you're an affiliate, you've saved up some money. What do you want to do? Do you want to go 2D, 3D, or stay as PNG?
It depends on like my plannings in like real life. But I do want to end up having a 2D model.
Yeah. That's the thing when it comes to VTubing, like the difference between 2D and 3D, like 2D is not only the standard, it's also the preferred type of model that most people have, only because like 3D has a bit more, I don't know what the word is, like some reason people are put off by 3D in comparison to 2D, and I think it's because 2D has more of the anime aesthetic versus 3D, which doesn't have that aesthetic, you know? That's the only thing really when it comes to that.
Yeah, my whole like aesthetic at the moment is like cutesy and anime-ish and pinks and purples. So I do want to say with that vibe.
Yeah, so basic anime bitch is what you're trying to say. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I was see what you want to be kind of like a variety streamer. You can kind of stream a multitude of different things and kind of go from there. Or you're gonna like pick something specific to kind of stick with, you know?
No, I just want to like mess around and try things. And if people are gonna be like, "Yo, you should play this game," I will see if I'm able to play that game and probably play it.
Yeah, you could always do like a thing where like a few people do like a thing where like if you donate say like $10 or something, they get to pick a game for a stream type deal. And when you're quite small, that's
Mhm.
quite helpful for getting traction. But like if you're bigger, don't leave it at $10. You know, put up to like 1,000. If you're getting like hundreds and hundreds of viewers, put it up to like $200 or something, because otherwise you'll never be able to stream whatever you want ever again. You know.
Yeah, I get you, but I don't think I'm ever gonna be that big.
You never know. Some people have made it big from their debut. I mean, you did quite well yesterday. You averaged 5.4 viewers on your first ever stream, which most people barely average like 1 or 2 on their first ever stream. And sometimes I struggle to get 5. It depends on what you play, when you play it, and the community you already have. Like my issue right now is not how I stream or anything like that. Like I think my content is okay. Like it could do with some improvement, but that could be said about anyone. Whereas my community side of things is lacking because I don't post a lot on Twitter and I don't do a lot on Discord. When I want to, I just don't have time, you know? So you kind of
Mhm.
you get to do all of that one because you've got more free time than most people, but also like you know a lot of streamers anyway, so you kind of have a bit of a upper hand, as it was.
I mean, I am a worm after all. I do be like trying to squiggle in between everywhere and try to see everything. But with
Yeah,
like my social media, I'm mainly active whenever I'm either having a free day or I'm traveling because I have to travel quite far from like intern and college and work
yeah,
and all that good stuff, or when I'm about to go to sleep.
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, to be fair.
I
But
try to make time in order to like interact with the community
yeah,
because otherwise, if I do not, my server will be dead
yeah, I've
in like
noticed
a
that when
day.
I was gonna say I've noticed that when I talk and when you talk, my server gets a bit better. Whereas like if I don't, it stays dead, and I'm like, I just because I've got so much on, I find it hard to talk consistently. But I suppose that's just something I've got to work on.
Hmm.
It is what it is. But yeah, we're coming towards the end of the video. So what we'll do is we'll do our closing remarks, which is usually just since this is your first time on here. Normally I'm just like, I just quickly ask you one more question, like if you've got anything, tips, hints, or anything you want to say to the guys, like impart some knowledge onto them so that they know what they want to do going forward if they have any similar ideas to you. So since you're just starting out, we'll do it a bit easier. Um, how would you say that you've kind of built your community? Like how have you done it? And like what tips and hints could you give to people who want to build a community like yours?
I do a lot of like organizing events in real life,
Yeah.
which got me slightly kind of a community. And then I have, of course, like my Niker YouTube account from when I was like 14,
Yeah.
which helped me kind of build a community. And of course, my Twitter, which has a lot of friends. I started off with only friends. That
Ah,
sounds a
okay.
little strange, but like my server used to be just me and a couple of friends, and then I ended up trying to make it bigger by adding some other friends from other servers.
I was gonna say I came
And
in quite late to your server, didn't I? Oh, quite early even. There was only like I think like 10, 15 people when I joined in comparison to what it is now.
yeah, I made this server in 2022, and then somewhere last year, I kicked like everyone out except for one person, and I remade it. I just completely restarted the server,
Yeah.
and then I started like trying to work on building a community, and it worked. But I
Okay.
did notice whenever I wasn't like speaking for a day, it would kind of die, which is
Yeah.
kind of sad.
You kind of got to be really active all the time. You got to be, as they say, chronically online.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there you go, guys. If you want to build a community, just make sure that you have the time to be in the community actively and like don't do what I do and kind of like leave it to last minute or like reply and then don't talk after reply. Try to be interactive when it's interactive, you know. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of the Open Night Cydeer Cafe. We've been talking about concerts, how to conduct yourself if you're by yourself, as well as how the journey of becoming a VTuber and how to build a community around that. I hope you guys have really enjoyed the stream. Well, actually, the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my links in the description as well as Luca's links in the description, and come check out our live streams when you can. Hope you guys have a great day or night. Peace out, boys. See you.